hypothetically, how much would you pay to know your girlfriend is cheating on you? Actually, hold that thought. I ended up spending $1,000, chat. $1,000 to see if a thought was being a thought. That's how deep in I was. That's how much I needed to know. As soon as I got home from Jayla's house that night, where she was trying to stuff my balloon in her purse like it's a magic trick, ta-da, it got soft. I didn't even go to sleep. I took the minimum wage that YouTube was finally paying me for my trauma and spent it on creating more trauma for about 2 weeks. I was spending every single dollar, yen, coin, peso. My UK audience would have thought I was on Ozempic the way I was running through these pounds just so I could secure this Airbnb. And I wasn't trying to crush her cheeks. I'm not trying to feel the gluck gluck 3000. I'm trying to see if she loves me 3000, because if she doesn't, she better be Wonder Woman, because I'm about to be the Man of Steel and up this Iron Man. This is gonna be the last thing she marvel at for sure. I know my name is Stanley, but I'm gonna leave her Stanley for real. I ain't gonna lie. But to pry open the truths that her phone held, the plan was simple. There was 6 steps, okay? Come up with an excuse to leave the house. Convince my parents to let me go to the Airbnb. Find the Airbnb, invite her over, figure out her password when she's asleep, and Olympic level deep dive into her phone. After pacing in my room, practicing in the mirror, and packing my bags just in case my parents kick me out just for attempting to ask this question, I come up with a foolproof reason to spend the night at an Airbnb. So I walked into my parents' room. By now it's like 8:50 p.m. because a sleepy parent is an easy parent. Your chances of a yes shoot up by like 38%. I'm over here explaining to them why I need the Airbnb like it's calculus. I got a projector, a smartboard. I even brought a teacher to speak in a monotone voice. I go all out. Haitian parents force you to be literally perfect, bro. You're not allowed to stutter. You're not allowed to mutter. Everything coming out of your mouth has to be said in the most intricate and proper way for you to just have a chance at getting a yes. I see people in the comments, oh my gosh, he's 18 and he still has to. It doesn't matter if you're 18. That's not how Haitian parents work, okay? You could have been 23, 24, 25. It doesn't matter. You better ask them for permission and you better get a yes. It doesn't matter if you're 18, 23, 25. You got to ask them for permission. So that's why I put my all into every single aspect the way that I did. And to my surprise, I got a yes, because their understanding is that I'm at this Airbnb film for one of my animations, which is true, because if you've ever watched this video on my channel before, the reason I was in this Airbnb was so I could film and go through Jayla's phone, hypothetically, of course. And this place was nice. I'm talking hot tub, modern finishes, complimentary snacks. I'm lit. My parents dropped me off at the Airbnb with all of my gear. They low-key dropped me off a little too excited, if you ask me. Like, what the heck do y'all got planned after this? I go inside the Airbnb, film my content, and then I tell Shorty to pull up. I've been practicing my Duke Dennis wave for weeks at this point, all right? Shorty pulled up by Uber, and I'm trying to get her into the bed ASAP. The sooner she's in La La Land, the sooner I'm in her recently deleted. I don't even finish taking her bags out of the car, and I'm like, man, I'm tired. You not tired? I'm tired. She like, I want to go to the hot tub. I take her stuff into the freaking Airbnb against my will, and she follows behind me. And it wasn't until I shut the door that I realized, oh, I'm in a house. It's just me and her together. We're not sneaking around. I don't have to wipe my steps away or nothing. This is the real deal. As I'm having this thought, she's like, Stanley, she's trying to get my attention because she wanted to go change inside of the bathroom. And I take having guests over extremely serious. If it's one thing I'm gonna do, it's shave my hair off, grow a mustache, and turn into Steve Harvey. I'm trying to be the best host ever. Name something that's harder to swallow, but even harder to spit out. I think I heard somebody say dick. Oh, all right, okay, I'm getting it. She takes her bag that has all of her clothes in it, makeup, hair stuff, etc. to the bathroom, but she puts her phone on the couch. At this moment, my brain is torn because Shorty is in the bathroom, probably putting on a bikini with less material in it than a Matt Rife comedy special, and her phone is just out on the couch. couch to the point where it was so free, it was so out, that I was starting to think like low key, she may have done this on purpose. Because no, you guys gotta think, this girl is a master tactician, okay? She's brilliant in the art of thottery. She is not doing this on accident. That's how I'm approaching it, at least. But at the same time, right, she only went to the bathroom. Like, I don't have enough time to really see this situation. So all I could do is scope, do my reconnaissance, and then after that, plan my next steps accordingly. And I don't touch it, right? But the screen does light up while I'm, you know, like just hovering around it, you know, over it. On top of it, I look back at the bathroom door and it's still closed. If there was a time to go through her phone, it would be right now. I'm reaching for her phone, but before I grab it, I remembered that the other half of this plan, outside of getting her to fall asleep early, is literally to get her phone's password. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, right? But I knew without a doubt the opportunity would present itself, okay? That's where my faith lies. I hear the door to the bathroom unlock and I see her, and all of her glory is right in my face. Like, if this bikini was made out of my imagination, it would have covered her up more than what she currently had on. We get inside the hot tub. Keep in mind, it's freezing outside, quite literally maybe 11 degrees. So the hot tub felt like grabbing your nose when it's cold outside, and it's just me and her and the wind. It was actually kind of awkward, I'm not gonna lie. So she asked me to play some music, and right there, that's all that I needed. See, I saw my chance. My phone, unbeknownst to her, was inside of the house because my phone at the time was so ancient, so old, that if it's too hot outside, it'll catch a heat stroke. And if it's too cold outside, it'll catch a fever. That joint was dang near human. It was not made to last long at all. That phone was really my twin for real. So I tell her, let's use your phone instead. Like, I reach out of the pool, wipe my hands off, grab her phone, and ask her for her password. Guess what she does, chat? This woman, this monster, this demon, split splashes over to where I'm sitting, stands up, turns around, and sits in my lap. Okay, see, no! Now she has my head messed up. Do you know how evil, how diabolical, how treacherous the thing in your phone has to be for you to stand up in 11-degree weather and walk over to me in a hot tub? See, this is what, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to outplan the planner. As she's descending into my lap, I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm trying to remember the mission, okay? I don't want to get distracted here. She's walking over to me, right? Pause. Let's say this is me, like, I'm sitting here like these, right? I still have the phone in my hand, okay? And as she's descending into my lap, pause like these, I'm thinking that I still have everything in control. Then she takes her phone from my hand and starts to type it in. And I know what she's trying to do, okay? She's trying to distract me with that big voluptuous shaped peach. But here you go. She handed me the phone back. I got distracted. I missed the whole opportunity to see her type in her password. I'm not gonna lie, she got me. But what she didn't account for is the fact that I still had one secret move left under my sleeves, okay? She didn't realize that I was willing to go to the lowest of lows for this, okay? So after she hands me her phone, I looked at it and, you know, just turn the screen back off. That was all I had, bro. I don't know what you want from me, okay? Definitely not my most masculine moment asking her to open it twice, but it got the job done because as she's typing it in, I can see every single finger stroke. Okay, 105200. Okay, definitely an ex's birthday, but whatever, you know, whatever. We got it. I'm not hurt or anything. Now that I got what I needed, it's time to wrap every other festivity up. She plays her music a little longer or whatever. I get out of the hot tub happy because, you know, I got what I needed. However, she didn't get out of the hot tub with me. Weird, but you know, that's fine. Maybe she just wants to enjoy herself a little bit longer, because I will only feel safe searching through this phone if she's sleeping harder than Jesus through slavery. And as I'm putting on my sleepwalkers, shorty comes in, hits the showers, comes out of the showers. She is not in sleep attire at all. So guess what I do? I hit her with the man, I'm tired. You not tired? I'm tired. Tell me why she proceeded to watch 2 2 movies with me back to back. I was so blown. I genuinely, for the life of me, can't remember what the 2 movies were we watched. That's how much I was out of it. But I had to be smart, okay? I had to be calculated. Just because something isn't going my way doesn't mean I can't use it to my advantage. So I tried to fall asleep as she's watching the movie, so that way when she's asleep, I would be right awake. But this girl is a bro. Literally, as I was starting to nod off, right? Like, I'm in the chair hitting one of these right here. As I'm doing that right there, she'll hit me with the Stanley. And I'll have to wake up because she's showing me things in the movie to keep me awake. At max, I probably got like a good 15 minutes of sleep out of the 2 movies. Her phone was on the couch just looking at me like, like when the last movie finished, bro, I put my foot down. No more games. I get up from the couch, look her dead in her face, and I'm like, and I'm tired. Like, you not tired? Like, I'm tired. I kid you not. This firefighter belly, Goku stomach, Luffy mouth built girl talk about I'm hungry. All right. This is getting ridiculous. I pull out my phone, right, and hand it to her, and she's opening DoorDash, and I see her looking at medium price menu items only. I'm in my head like, I need you to be a little bit more realistic. I just got us this whole entire Airbnb, and you had the nerve to pull up with your eyeliner a little bit off today. I need you to take your talents to the dollar menu, okay? Fix your foundation before you fix this plate, okay? Nah, okay, but in actuality, depending on what she orders, I might go into debt, which as a guy can invent. I mean, if you've never gotten your girl something or done something for your girl that made you look at your bank account and then go, then you've never been in love for real. She goes on to order whatever it was. I don't even remember. I just remember her eating and me trying to figure out how I was gonna make 88 cents last me until my next payday. But the food was honestly what I should have started with, because immediately after she ate enough food to feed a medium-sized African tribe, she's like, man, I'm tired. You not tired? I'm tired. But I gotta keep it cool. Like, this isn't what I've been planning or what I've been waiting for. So I hit her with the, I'm tired too. Like, I could for sure sleep. Like, if that's what you trying to do, you know, I don't really even care for real. Like, so she grabs my hand and leads me to the room. We close the door. And one thing I forgot to mention about this Airbnb is that the owners lived upstairs. I told y'all before, I had to scrape up money to get this Airbnb. Okay, my priorities were in the wrong place entirely. I had things that I had to pay for that I pushed aside just so I could have this Airbnb. Like, both of us being in the Airbnb together with 2 Caucasian people upstairs. Look, as 2 black people in Virginia living in the basement of their crib, like we gotta water their grass tomorrow and till the fields and pick the cotton. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't my best move right there, okay? That's not the best show for my ability. I can't be mad at Jayla. That definitely did not set the atmosphere. And you know, Jayla, she was like, you know, rightfully so, kinda worried about the whole thing because I may or may not have forgot to tell her that that was the case, you know? And to start out, it was really smooth. It was really fine. What kinda gave it away was we were starting to be able to hear the steps of the people upstairs. Like, if it's 1 or 2 people, it's fine, because it's like, even if the worst case scenario happens, I could probably handle that. If not, she could probably jump in type shit. But like, because it started to sound more like it was a family reunion or a clan rally, it just doesn't feel right in this time to like mac on her. But hey, the people upstairs were nice though, okay? They introduced themselves to me. They introduced themselves to my parents when they dropped me off. They were cool people. I felt safe, okay? Just not safe enough to like, yeah. But if there's one thing that I need you guys to take away from this, that's how dedicated I was. That's how resilient I was, bro. I wasn't leaving this crib without the truth. I was willing to get smuggled. I was willing to get kidnapped. I was willing for both of us to never see our parents again to get the truth, bruh. And also, because of how weird it did all feel, it kind of ended up being a blessing in disguise, because as you guys already seen before, I be getting distracted. I'm not gonna cap. It helped me not get into too much of a romantic situation with Jayla, which also helped me stay focused on the reason that Jayla was here in the first place. Sorry for breaking the fourth wall real quick, but I am an empty house assassin, okay? As soon as hostiles capture the hard point, I'm no longer en route to do anything, okay? There will not be any kill streaks tonight. So we get in the bed and it's just me and her and the family upstairs, but we're ignoring that, and it was so peaceful. It was like we were playing house, but as adults. Like, I got the crib and I'm like, dang, you would be such a vibe if I didn't feel like you were Clark Kent on the low, you super thought. Stop cuddling me so good. Like, I hate it, but I love it. And as she's holding me, I'm holding her. I can feel her breathing getting slower and slower and longer and longer, and I'm genuinely trying to stay awake. If I fall asleep right now, this would all be for nothing, and I would never know. And the fear of the unknown hit my system like a Red Bull. I was wide awake all night. And don't get me wrong, the 2 seconds that I went to sleep definitely helped in this situation. I don't know if I could have necessarily made it this long if it wasn't for that 15-minute power nap between those 2 movies. But even with me as awake as I was and on point as I was trying to be, I was having a hard time trying to figure out if this girl was actually asleep or not, because it's not like I could just turn her around and open her eyelid or that she's gonna start snoring or something. I can't be wrong with this guess, because genuinely I have one chance, because the next time she wakes up might be the last time that she wakes up, and she might just be awake for the rest of the night. So before I do anything risky, right, I'm basically in my head after image training to make sure that I have every movement practiced before I actually start putting it to work. And I know you're probably like, Stanley, oh my gosh, that's so easy. That's all you have to do. Da, 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 da. See, I know y'all are on rookie mode because you're not even understanding my predicament. Her parents were also hitting her up, and my parents were also making sure to see if I'm safe. You didn't even think that, oh, I gotta also turn my phone on D&D so no alerts went off. You would have gotten caught. That's why I finessed the situation. That's why I'm really trying to get you guys to understand there's so much that goes into it that I can't genuinely prepare for them all, but I'm gonna prepare for them the best that I can, okay? On top of that, right, on FaceTime, she would literally be a light sleeper. So even if I wanted to just move softly like that was gonna help, there's been times where I woke up to like go use the bathroom, or even times where I just put the FaceTime call on mute and she would wake up. Tell me how you would move for that. You get what I'm saying? That's the level of prep that I have to approach it with. This is not no easy gremlin level 1 boss. This is like a level 10,000 boss that I'm dealing with here. If I approach like a rookie, I'm getting killed. So now that you guys got that in mind, I not only need a quiet and unobtrusive way to get her phone, but I need a quiet and unobtrusive way just to stay awake without fiddling around too much. So I'm just repeating the password to myself in my head the whole entire time. 100520000 1005200 1005200. And like I said, she's cuddling me, so her head's on my chest and my arm is behind her back. I couldn't feel my fingertips at all. But when shorty is cuddling you, the last thing that matters is your blood circulation. So I need to slowly pick my arm up, shake it back awake. That way I can start feeling around the bed for her phone. Not my proudest moment, but hey, she did tell me that I can look through it. So like, you know, I tried to start swiping under the pillow, but I couldn't feel anything because my hands were feeling like TV static from the amount of blood loss. Like my arm was really starting to feel like a large Sprite. With every second that passed and shorty's asleep, it felt like it was time that I was wasting. But it's something that I had to do, okay? I was going in there hand blind, and I was just worried that I would accidentally be touching the wrong places or pulling on her hair or something that was underneath the pillow. But with all of this movement, with all of this fiddling around, I'm thinking like, bro, she could low-key be up right now and just curious as to what I'm doing or why I'm moving so much already. And literally those thoughts just start to like wash over me, because I'm like, what if she has been pretending to be asleep this whole entire time just so that she could catch me in the act? Okay, you're right. I can't think about that right now. It's a gamble, okay? Everything from this point on is a gamble. It's either I gamble right here or I lose everything in the future anyways. You see how I'm saying it? But then I'm like, are we sure that just aimlessly pulling on stuff without feeling my hand is the safest option? Like, I feel like we could probably come up with something better. And I do. Like, if I'm laying down, right, like this, like if Shorty's on this arm and I'm laying down like this, why not just like move my other arm around her and start feeling it like that and start seeing if I could like find something, right? And look, like I said before, not my most masculine story, okay? I'm just being real with y'all. This is really what was going on. I'm like, what if I start trying to feel over Shorty like this? Look, that arm still has all of its circulation and blood flow like it's off of a honey pack, okay? If I could feel anything or if I wanted to grab something, it would be with this arm. So I wrapped this arm like around her, right? But I was scared because I don't want her to secure this arm like it's a hug, okay? Because I'm not trying to hug you right now. I'm trying to snoop. So because of that, I'm arching my hand over her. But even then, I felt like I was creating too much friction like with our bodies. And also on top of that, the places that my hand were reaching weren't the area that I needed to be covering. Like, it wasn't touching Nathan, okay? So because of that, this plan basically failed. So now, 18-year-old boy, I'm slightly frustrated because I can feel and see, like literally on the clock, the time passing by, okay? So I had to throw that whole plan out of the window, and now it's time for me to make something else shake, okay? Something else has to give. And by making something shake, I dang near mean it in a literal sense. Like, I was about to start jiggling her body and wake her up, bro, just so I could get the phone. I was about to worry about explaining myself later because at this point, I was just reaching and grabbing for anything because the looking around, bro, that joint was starting to be for the birds, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was just about to play it off after or something. So I had to like push her off to the other direction so that way I can pull my arm underneath her, but I gotta do it as slow as possible so that I don't wake her up. And with each pull, she shuffles a little bit. When I tell you, this was the same level of intensity as those movie scenes where the timer's going off in the background and they're like, we need you to pick a wire. I don't know, sir. I don't know. Stanley, there's 5 seconds left. Cut a wire. Okay. So after basically clutching a 1v6 on search and destroy, I get my arm out from under her. I look over her body. Okay, cool. Sleep. But me understanding this is actually more like a nap than her sleeping. I knew she could wake up. I don't remember waking up to her. I think she had to go home before like 2 a.m. or something, which makes me reach over her and grab the phone from under her pillow. However, it was sandwiched between her and the pillow, and I only had like one finger on it trying to drag it out. I had my fingertips doing things the WWE would pay top dollar for the way I had to wrestle it out from under her neck. Silly me, I guess it's my fault for thinking that once I felt the phone, I would be in the clear. It took so much effort to get to this phone, bro. But unfortunately, that does not mean that anything was over. Actually, quite the contrary, it just began. And you gotta understand, for this to be where everything began, after I already went through a full day, I had to move my entire setup in here. I had to get food. I had to get in the hot tub. I had to take a shower twice. One before she came here, and then after the hot tub. I had to watch those movies. For this to be where my day started, I was done. So with every failed attempt of freaking trying to pluck the phone out of under her pillow, bruh, the doubt started setting in again with the fact that I was exhausted. But you want to know what really kept me through, what really kept me going? It's the fact that every single time that I have been cheated on, the reason is that every single time I have a gut feeling, right? I just ignore it and push it to the side every time because I'm a lover boy, okay? I want to believe that the women that I be talking to are good women, but it's just that hasn't been the case so far. You could literally ask my friends and they will tell you I have the most abysmal record when it comes to finding a faithful woman. In all respects to old girl, but that's also why I'm so paranoid about Jayla, is because it's not uncommon for a shorty to act nice and amazing and then the next day do me greasy. So although there was the thought of, Stanley, you're doing too much, there was also an equal amount of, Stanley, you're doing just enough. Because in a lighter sense, all of this does stem from a really good place. Like, I just want somebody who wants me to be all mine. Like, is that too much to ask for, bro? I don't think that's crazy. Polygamy sound cool and all, but like, if the other dude is gonna split my girl with me, bro, he might as well split half of the responsibility. I'm not gonna carry the team on my back and have you just sit and enjoy the ride. That's just my body though. That's how I feel. Like, if you have a piece of her twin, that's all yours. Like, I don't even want her no more. But before I hand her over to you, unfortunately, I do need the confirmation code that be sitting inside of her phone, the receipts that y'all are talking. So because of that, I squeeze my hand underneath that pillow just so I could have more leverage and more strength in my like movements. Every time I moved it a little bit, she so then I have to stop. Then I move it a little more and she 10 minutes of me foreplaying with this phone. I finally get it out. I turn around, go under the blanket, and my heart is pounding. Because if she wakes up right now, I'm caught. I can't play like I'm asleep. I would just look stupid. I literally have it in my hand. So I'm under the blanket. It's hot. My hands are sweating. My heart's pounding. My head's pounding. I could barely breathe. This whole scenario was taking days off of my life by the second. I got under the blanket at 18 and got out of the blanket looking like I was 34. I swiped up to open her phone, right? The Face ID activates, face not recognized. Then please enter your code pops up on the screen. Cool. 100520000. After I let go of the last zero, the phone is like, wrong passcode. Okay, you know what? My hands were sweaty. Maybe it thought I pressed the wrong number. I rub it off onto the blanket and I try again. And truthfully, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to keep my composure, okay? But understand the predicament that I'm in right now, okay? But truthfully, how much calmer, how much more composure can you have when the shorty that you like could be receiving more shots than an uncle at a quinceañera? Shorty could literally be taking fireballs and 4 locos on me. Like, the thing that's killing me is that I can see the unanswered messages on the phone, but it just pops up as messages. It's no names attached because I can't get in there. So all it does is just show me that there is somebody, okay? There's somebody that's texting her hella late. And that's just enough to start making the overthinking kick in, bro. And that almost made the weight of the phone feel like the weight of the world, bro. It was starting to feel unbearable in my hands. That's how scary it was when I started taking everything into account for this moment. I think people tend to forget there's no tutorials for this, okay? And the rights and wrongs of our relationship has left the building way before we got to here. And while I'm just laying in this bed, Quan's word just start replaying in my head because his relationship was literally a foreshadowing of me and Jayla's relationship, almost to the T, bro. But here's the thing, right? I'm a lover boy, like I said. I don't want to be proved right now. I want to be proved wrong. Bro, I want to happily skip through a field to continue my romance novel of a relationship, okay? And I get it, okay? I really do. This would be a lot of people's version of a horror story, okay? I'm just an optimistic person. I can see the good in her, Anakin. I know something in there is real because she has shown us, both me and you, times where she cared, time where she was being sentimental, times where the things that she was doing did feel authentic. My job in this situation right here, right now, is just to figure out how much of that is real and how much of that is a genjutsu, okay? I don't want to live my life under false pretenses. I want to know the real deal. I would just rather know my love is the real deal than continue to wonder until one day I forget that I ever questioned if this person sitting next to me was fake in the first place. That's the type of things that I'm telling myself as I'm preparing for my next attempt, because I don't have that much attempts left, okay? My attempts aren't unlimited, okay? I am on borrowed everything at this time. So from this point on, every move that I make was either as important, if not more important, than my last one. So I get to typing 100520000. At this point, I'm frustrated because I know if I keep getting this hole wrong, it's gonna lock me out. So with the little bit of guesses that I have left, I just start thinking I might have missed something because she was on my lap, but But no, I saw it clear as day. If there's one thing that I believe in, it's the fact that I have 20/20 vision. There's no way in hell that I didn't see it right. So now, confusion and panic are tag teaming me like best friends on a blind date. Okay, my mental state was really getting dogged out. There is genuinely only so much options that I can go through within this short amount of time. Okay, I don't have that much room for error here. Every second that I have is not even borrowed time at this point. It's basically stealing time, bro. I have never, oh my gosh, I have never been so grateful and thankful for a girl to be hungry and catch the itis and sleep as hard as she is sleeping right now, bro. I don't know what they put inside of the food. It might have been NyQuil, a sleeping pill or something. The way that she was out, oh my gosh, bro, I was so lucky. She was so sound asleep and I was so close to out of ideas that I was thinking that I could probably take her phone and line it up with her face while she's sleeping just so I could activate the Face ID. But before I could commit to the idea, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the screen brightness would have messed me up, and if shorty wakes up with the phone in her face, I can't talk myself out of that one, bro. And although yes, that mess up would have been egregiously horrible, I'm also looking at an equally egregiously horrible mess up on a different spectrum, because if I get this phone locked out of for more than an hour, the only thing above an hour is to factory reset the iPhone to get back into it. But then I would be cooked on multiple levels, okay? A factory reset would make me lose all of the evidence that was left on her phone. And on top of that, she would also lose, you know, everything on her own phone. But like, that's not what I'm worried about at the moment, okay? Because I am nowhere near manipulating enough or conniving enough to not only make her delete everything off of her phone, but the next step would then be to convince her that she somehow did it in her sleep and it's not actually my fault that happened. And I'm not smart enough to do that, bro. I can't even, that's not even my heart. She did used to like sometimes mutter or like stutter in her sleep and stuff like that, but yeah, she's not going for that. Yeah, she's not going for that. So at this point, right, I think it's safe to assume that if I am all out of ideas, then the old ideas is now the new idea with a slight tweak, because I did try other password variations. I wasn't just sitting there typing the same password the whole entire time. I used other variations. Like, she gave me her Netflix password before, so I tried that. I used her birthday, blah, 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 blah. None of them ended up working, which surprised me because I feel like anybody who's not chronically online only has like 2 or 3 passwords. And then even after that, there's slight variation changes. Like, I'm talking to you right here who just keep putting exclamation points on the end of passwords. You've been having the same password since high school, bro. You need to change it. That's how my channel got hacked a long time ago, which is kind of crazy to think about now because I really lived long enough to see myself become a villain, bro. Not because of me going inside of her phone, but for me trying to hack it the same way that they hacked my account. But like I said, okay, she said that I could do this. I'm just doing this at a different time frame than the one that she first recommended. Okay, look, bro, look, my hands are tied, all right? I wouldn't even be in this predicament if she did try to go through my phone first, found nothing, and then when she gave me her phone, she just didn't reciprocate the same energy that I had towards her. So really, this is not my fault, bro. My hands are tied. I don't know what you want from me. I need equal footing and equal understanding, okay? Eye for an eye type of vibes, okay? That is the only way that I was gonna be able to continue this relationship. So I tried again, but I think I changed like one number or something, and boom, right then and there, I got locked out. Fuck! Cause now every time I mess up, it goes from 1 minute of locking me out, and then I mess up again and I'm locked out for 30 minutes. Gang, I ran that hole up to 1 hour of being locked out. And then it hits me. She changed the password when I went inside early. As soon as I had her type it again, she knew that I was onto something. No. This can't be. I spent $1,000. I need to get this answer, and I'm just breathing heavier and heavier underneath this blanket, but I gotta relax because if she wakes up right now, if she woke up right now, Stanley, what's wrong?